Hey, Blackburn Social Club, God bless America. A couple of things real fast before we get into it. One is today's going to be a boot review, but I'm going to throw in a teaser discussion about this Brannock device. When you're shopping for boots or shoes, if you were a product of the 80s, you remember these things plastered all over every Kmart, Walmart, shoe store, mall. They were everywhere, and I don't know that I see them that much anymore. But this is the baseline that most shoe companies go by when you're shopping online. If you can find some of the chats and the web and the internets, they'll tell you, order this boot a size down from your Brannock size, or order this whatever. That being said, I may do a video specifically on this device, how it works and how it can help you learn about your proper size. So if you're interested in that, put that in the comments. But I'll jump right to it. Measured right before this video. Put your heel right in the heel cup, and then you stand up and you look over your toe and you go to the next measured line. So the two side pieces here, these will measure your length of arch right here, and this one measures the width. So when I put my foot in here, it comes up to right at 11 and a half. So my Brannock size is 11 and a half. You put this on the ball of your foot, and and then that lines up right with, again, another reference to your size. And then over here, you slide this up against what would be the outside of your toe. In my case, the outside of my pinky toe. And once I did that, I'm on the wider side of D. I'm close to an E, but not quite. So that being said, that's a Brannock device. If you want to know more about that, let me know. I'll make a video. These are Parkhurst Niagara boots. You guys have seen my Anise Kudu Niagara boots. These are another take on that. They're a little different in a few different ways, so I'll tell you about that. But first, we'll talk about Parkhurst. Parkhurst began in 2018, Buffalo, New York. They were kind of prided themselves on being a value-added company. They were sourcing everything from America, and they were assembling and manufacturing in America and in the United States. During COVID, their plant shut down, and they went overseas to find manufacturing. So these are from their Spain factory, and I think they've got a Portugal factory too. But and I want to say the difference between the two facilities is like one does stitch down and the other does Goodyear welting. I don't know if that even matters, but bottom line, these are made in Spain, and otherwise the company itself is an American company. These are the weathered Henna Niagara boots. Weathered Henna is a color that it came from 2023, I think, and they brought it back. They get the color. This is veg tan leather uppers. They get I think they do an extra application of wax, or they super infuse wax, or there's some kind of a technical way to describe what I'm talking about. But the point being is that it swells the leather a little bit more, makes it smoother for the appearance. And that's what I was going to say about these more than anything, is they have a matte brown, almost a chocolate brown look to it. But the texture is very smooth. If you look really hard, you can see, or if you put pressure on the boot, you can see the natural strain or the natural striations coming back. So I assume it'll patina well, it'll break in well, and you'll start to see that worn-in leather look come back. But just on presentation alone, it's very smooth. Taking the rest of this in, it is a 270 Goodyear welt. So we've talked about that before. That means that the welting process starts here and then just goes around 270 degrees. So the heel of the boot is nailed construction. Very clean and classy with the leather. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to see if I see anything. The transitions are pretty good. Everything I've seen about a Parkhurst boot is a really good, really well made boot. It's just done so at a what I keep calling a value. It's when you're in those $300 to $500 boots, and now sometimes $400 to $600 boots, and you're trying to figure out why is one $100 more. I mean, I can only look at the things that I can perceive, and that's the stitch quality and the finishing of it. You can get out micrometers and start talking about the thickness of leather and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, if I need a tool to decide, or if I need to cut something in half, I wouldn't know that. So I'm really just, again, I've told you before, all my reviews are going to be, they're all going to be what I can tactically feel and how they break into me, how they feel underfoot. So we'll do more videos on these as I get used to them a little bit. But end of the day, these were given to me to review by Parkhurst, so I'm very thankful for the opportunity to do that. But and they certainly wanted an honest evaluation, and so that's what I'm going to give you. I think it's a good-looking boot. I think I don't know that I have anything that started out of all my boots. I don't know if I had a dress boot or any of my boots that started out this smooth in look or in texture. So I'm kind of excited about that. Probably the closest thing I had to that was my Iron Rangers. I'm trying to remember what they were called. They weren't the copper rough and tough. They were just a brown. The name will probably come to me before long. But so I'm curious to see how these wear in, and see how they nick or mar up, because I am kind of rough on my boots. That's one of the reasons why I love the Kudu, because it was and the copper rough and tough, and some of those others that I like something that'll help you help the nicks and scrapes and the scratches not show up so quickly. So this is one of those smooth textured boots that you might see that. So just be aware of that. I don't know that it worries me though, because like I said, patina is a thing, and we all look for it. Now the sole on this is their Ridgeway sole. It's a Parkhurst proprietary sole, and you can imagine why they call it that. It's everything here is Ridgeway. The heel sole and the midsole, leather stack, leather midsole, veg tan, leather welt. In the inside, or the interior of the boot, you do have a leather insole. You've got their Parkhurst branded heel cover. I guess that's what that's called. No lining on the sides here, on the quarters, but it is lined from, I'm going to say, everything you see here is lined up through the toe box. The toe box itself is structured, but you can't. It's not one of those that you can see, and it doesn't feel to be terribly thick. I love the profile of these boots. I've talked about it before. These kind of reminiscent to me of the Alden Indies, with a little bit of difference in the 602M last than what the I can't remember now what the Alden Indy last is, but this one has the narrower heel, so it's got the D heel and waist, and then it kind of broadens out a little bit to an E on the width up here on the toe box. But again, mind you, the toe is a little bit more almond pointed, so there's probably a half inch, if not more, of length on the toe of this thing, that just because it stretches. Now, doesn't bother me, and it fits the width of my toe and my foot really well. I know that because I've got this is my fourth pair of Parkhurst. So very happy. I mean, when we're talking about why I would pick this boot over others, I don't know that I have that answer just yet. I mean, I know that I like their story. I know that I like that it's a small company that's out there hustling, and I like their customer service. I mean, they contact you. You can look on any board, any message board, any review out there, and people will always give their customer service high praise. And I think that means something. I mean, the story behind a company means something. But if I'm sitting here trying to critique or knock the production of this boot, I mean, I can't knock it. Everything on it looks right. The stitching looks great. The leather looks great. The videos that'll come forward of this, I mean, I'm going to do a break-in video. I'm a little bit curious. I don't know about this sole. I mean, I'd be curious to know what you guys think about the sole. I'm sure it feels good, but that'll be another video. But I don't typically have. I mean, I've got plenty of day-night soles, so this is just a unique, interesting Ridgeway sole. So all in all, I mean, I think it's a good-looking boot. I think I'm excited to try it. So that being said, what do you guys want to see from boot reviews? Y'all let me know. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate Parkhurst for sending me these. I will keep you guys in the loop on how they wear, how they break in, and what I think of them, 30, 60, 90 days, whatever that looks like. You guys be blessed. Talk soon.